We just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video we're going to do our review, for Walking Dead episode Self-Help and Eugene Confesses. A little bit sooner than I thought it was going to happen. For those of you who have read the comic, you obviously know that at some point Eugene confesses to everybody that he does not know the cure. He is not a scientist. I'm still... The episode, knowing about Abraham, knowing what motivated him to go on this journey with Eugene, how they met, from that standpoint, it was a very good episode. I think the timing for me personally just wasn't good because I'm still like I said before, I'm still on this whole thing with the Beth Saga, what's going on with Carol, what's going on with Daryl. Now this is 2 weeks in a row that we have not seen Rick and the crew yet, who are back at the church. And then furthermore, if you look at the coming attractions for next episode, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing Rick again at all. It looks like we're going to be seeing, obviously, Carol and Daryl, and we're going to go back a little bit and see what they went through from the time they were chasing the car down, hopefully, till the point where they find Beth and everybody gets reunited, hopefully. Now, so in that case, this episode for me was, for the most part, it was a bit of a drag. It was. It's not that the story was bad, and it's not that Abraham is not an interesting character and you don't want to know what's going on with him. It was nice to see what he went through. Obviously had a family protecting them to the point where he brutally killed people, and his wife and his kids looked at him like a different person. They ditched him in the night, and only for them to succumb to the environment with the zombie apocalypse and all that. And, Abraham obviously was going to take himself out. I mean, your family's dead. You see their bodies in front of you. What else do you have to live for? And here comes Eugene, who you not only save, but he gives you a new purpose in life to go and stop the zombie apocalypse, to cure it. And he's been living this lie under Eugene for so long. I'm damn surprised he didn't kill him. Although it looks like he definitely knocked the hell out of him. But yeah, I don't think Eugene's dead in that scene, to be honest. I mean, obviously, he took quite a number of shots from Abraham and just got knocked out. So, in that aspect, the episode was good. I mean, look, Abraham's a good character. I just feel like it's almost like these episodes that sometimes feel like they're out of place, the last two episodes. And it's just weird to go from one storyline, not finish it, and then jump to another one. It's just, I don't know. That's just how I feel personally. I'm not saying the episode was bad. It just was bad timing, because it's not something I'm personally waiting for right now. Like, yes, Abraham's great, Eugene's great, and I want to know about them. And there were some, cool scenes and all that. But this episode for me, like, it could have just come later. I just want to get through what's going on with Beth, and I want to get back to the group. And now that's 2 weeks in a row we couldn't do that. Looks like we're going on a third, and it's really becoming such a downer for me. Because when you're considering how the season started, the first 3 episodes, and then like after that third episode, it's just been really slow. But again, it's just a shame, because it's not that these episodes are necessarily bad. I just think the timing on them is bad. But this episode, pretty much what made it really good was the confession and some of the backstory of Abraham. Some of it, it wasn't that effective for me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's hard to, I mean, Eugene sneaking up and watching Rosita and Abraham do their thing. I mean, that was funny. The confession about the bus was interesting, because obviously the bus had its issue. Seeing the huge zombie herd. I mean, there was some parts of it that were like, they were awesome. But then for the most part, I was kind of dragging through this episode. I was. And, part of it was because it was a pretty slow episode. It was pretty slow. But the other part of it was also because it's not and again, this is my opinion. This is how I feel. It's just not something I'm like waiting. It's not something I'm ready to see right now. You've been hanging, I feel like the show's kind of dangled you on a string ever since you left Rick at the church. And then you get to Beth, who you're like, all right, we finally get reunited with Beth. and they don't end that story arc, only to come and shove hey, this is what's going on with Beth, and this is what's going on. But before we conclude with that, here's a little backstory on Abraham and Eugene. It's just, I don't know, it just, for me, this feels out of place almost. This feels out of place. Like, this episode feels like something we should be getting early in the second half of the season. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of like, it's here. And then next week, we're going to be seeing Daryl and Carol. I don't know. It was a good episode. It was nice to see where Abraham came from and how it all kind of comes to in full circle, because, he was going to kill himself. Eugene gave him a new purpose. Now Eugene took that purpose away, and then what else is it that Abraham has to live for at this point? And I do think that's interesting. It just, not now. But nonetheless, it's there. That's the episode we got. That's what they gave us. It wasn't a bad episode. It was nice to see where Abraham is coming from, how him and Eugene are linked, how it all started. I just kind of felt like it was thrown in there. It just didn't have the impact I think it should have had, if it had come at a point where the Beth Saga is over and we just finished spending time with Rick, or if it's something that kind of happened in conjunction with seeing what's going on with the other group. Because there were some certain parts of this episode that I was like, kind of dragging a little bit. But be that as it may, it's I just want to see what's going on with the group. That's my big thing right now. Next week's episode should be interesting. I mean, look, Carol and Daryl, it's always going to be nice to see them. So I expect next week's episode to be better. But until I get this Beth Saga over and we get back to the group, I don't think I'm really going to be satisfied at this point, just because of how they started this season. So powerful and so impactful. And I'm not even talking about the action of Terminus. I'm just talking in general about everything from the beginning of Terminus all the way up to meeting Father Gabriel, being at the church, and putting an end to the hunters. And then ever since then, it just kind of felt draggy. It just has felt a little draggy to me, because we hardly got to spend time with someone who's supposed to be the main character in this show. We haven't seen him in the last 2 weeks, and it looks like we're not going to see him for a third week. It's just not working for me, guys. That's all. It's not even to say that the stuff is bad stuff, that it's bad content, because I know it's not. I just think the timing and the placement is bad. That's all. But overall, it was a good, it was a decent episode. It does, like I said, comes full circle. Just, it dragged, and I just think it's out of place. That's all. But anyway, that's my review. So I'll do my preview for Walking Dead later on this week for the following episode, which looks like it's going to be another Rickless and groupless episode, but it could be a very big doozy of one. So let's see what happens. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers, or visit ETN's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do our review, for Walking Dead episode Self-Help, and Eugene Confesses. A little bit sooner than I thought it was going to happen. For those of you who have read the comic, you obviously know that at some point Eugene confesses to everybody that he does not know the cure. He is not the scientist. I'm still... The episode, knowing about Abraham, knowing what motivated him to go on this journey with Eugene, how they met, from that standpoint, it was a very good episode. I think the timing for me personally just wasn't good, because I'm still like I said before, I'm still on this whole thing with the Beth Saga, what's going on with Carol, what's going on